Hey, you guys. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. But I wanted to do a video and I have been wanting to do this, but I've just been so tired. So this is why I'm laying here like this. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm holding your hand while I tell you this. Believe in yourself the way you believe that he was asleep when you called. If he can go days without talking to you or seeing you, he can go a lifetime. A guy who likes you is not going to go days without talking to you or seeing you. It's not going to happen. Know when to leave. One of my biggest issues and why I stayed in some of my relationships was not knowing when to leave. There's always like this eye-opening moment, I feel like, when you know you should leave a situation. And I can remember, I know someone who had been with someone for like 10 years and they were going through it. And she literally woke up random day and was like, you gotta go, and put him out that day. I have been in that position where I have literally woke up and left a situation or had a guy leave. When you're tired, you'll leave. You gotta get good and tired. There's no point in discussing it with people. You have to be ready to go. If you aren't leaving him, why do you care if he's cheating? Do you just want to know, like, let him cheat in peace? I've never understood that. What do you want to know for if you're not going to leave? Because he's not going to stop. That's the thing. Like, you knowing, you could cuss him out, you could rant and rave, you could throw his stuff out. But if you're still going to stay, it's still going to happen. So why do you even want to know if you're not going to leave? Also, most times, I think it's pretty rare that a man stays when a woman cheats. Ladies, we got to think about that. Majority of the time, a man is not going to stay. Why do women choose to stay when men cheat? You have got to make sure that your self-esteem is to the point that people might be looking at you sideways, like, oh, she really thinks she the shit. Because if not, I think that's majority of the time when you get walked all over, is when that self-esteem is not top notch, when it's not up there. I tell my daughter that all the time. I'm like, you have got to think highly of yourself. You have to know how amazing you are. You have to know that. If you need to write down everything that you're wonderful at, everything that's wonderful about you, if you need to put sticky notes all over your house to remind yourself. But I'm trying to tell you that self-esteem will have you in some deadly situations. There is no timeline for things. You don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to, like, whatever it is that you're thinking of. Because trust me, I definitely thought, oh, mostly younger people are probably the ones blowing up on YouTube but no. No, no, no. It does not matter. If you want to go back to school, if you want to have a family and you don't have a man around, there are ways that you can have children. If you want to move to another country, you got to do the footwork. You got to figure out how to do it, but you can make it happen. Stop thinking that there's a timeline. That timeline will mess you up every time because you'll be thinking, oh, I'm this age, I shouldn't be doing this, or I should have already had that, or I should have. No, we're not doing that. whenever you're ready to start, whatever age that is, that's when you start. It's not too late to fall in love. It's not too late to get that job, to move out of the country, to get a house, to fulfill whatever dream it is that you have. I'm going to always, for me, I'm going to always try for whatever it is that I have in my mind that I want to do until I don't have breath in my lungs. Like, I'm not going to, until I stop breathing, I will always go for what I want. Happiness comes from within. Yes, money contributes to our happiness. I think most people know that. But no physical item, nothing is going to give you that joy, that peaceful happiness that most people want. That is something that you really have to sit with yourself, I think, to get. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a doctor. This is my personal opinion on how I've have found some happiness. Still working on the happiness part for myself also. But I noticed that the more time I spend with myself, figuring out what makes me happy, that's when it all comes together. That internal happiness, you have to have that because everything else is temporary. It's all temporary. And if all of this is gone tomorrow, I have to have that happiness within. You can buy more stuff. You can, you know, go the places that you want to go and see the sights, and there has to be joy within. Last summer when we went on a family vacation, that was one of my favorite vacations, but I realized part of it was because I was actually pretty happy when I went on that vacation. Like, there was a sense of happiness that I hadn't felt in a while. It makes a difference. When you know it's the right person in your life, people in your life, this could be relationship, friendship, family, there's peace. It's not chaos, it's not confusion. You're not angry or on the defense. You ever had that person that they come around and you're like prepared in your mind of like what you might have to say to them because of what they may say to you? No, you don't need to be around that kind of person. When it is a peaceful situation, there's no chaos, no confusion, you're not tense, and that's the right person to be around, the right person to hang around. And that is very important because that's part of finding your peace is who's around you. Who is around you? I have cut off so many people, and I definitely see the difference. It makes a difference. And I'm sorry, I know some of you have a hard time cutting people off, especially family. You got to get over it. You just got to get over it. And the last thing I'll leave you with is trust your gut. There's way too many times that I ignored my gut. Way too many times. I'm definitely way more aware of my intuition and my gut feeling. And I know if I go against it now, it's just me being, I guess I'm just trying to do it for the plot, because a lot of times I know when someone's going to do something that's going to hurt me. I know when someone doesn't really like me. I know when I shouldn't be somewhere. There are times that I've gone somewhere and I've literally felt like I shouldn't be here right now for whatever reason. And you have got to listen to that. Listen to that gut feeling. because it can save your life. And I'm trying to tell you, there's too many times, a lot of times, things that have happened, bad things that have happened to me in my past have been me ignoring that gut feeling. So, listen, trust your gut, you guys. Listen to that gut feeling. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.